I'm so sorry about that, guys. I had to do a part 2. I didn't realize like how long-winded we got with the first one. But let's go to the next. So this is the Beauty Killer that I showed you in the last video was his first palette. The second one that came out with was Androgyny. And the packaging, I really like the packaging on this one. Like the snake skin, it looks like a beautiful little clutch. I have to say, this one definitely missed a mark. And I remember it at the time. The colors are not bad as far as like the color story. I preferred Beauty Killer by comparison. I mean, for Beauty Killer, even though it's like, it looks like crap now, but the problem with this, now I loved the shimmers that were in here. You have Fetish and Deja Vu I used a lot. Not so much frosting, but I was hitting that a little bit. But the colors I really liked were Androgyny, Poison, and Swallow. But the problem is the mattes in this palette did not blend. They did not do anything, which was quite the letdown. I do remember a lot of people complaining about that with this palette. I mean, it happens sometimes. You know, you can't be on your A game all the time. I do love the packaging. I would love to be able to like turn this into a purse. This would be like the cutest purse ever. But yeah, it missed the mark as far as those. And again, I don't even know why I hang on to it. I really should ditch this one, but I don't know, this and Beauty Killer I just hang on to. I can't part with it for whatever reason. I'll eventually throw them out, but that's where we are right now. So next, this was a gift for Christmas from a friend. So it's actually a palette from a YouTuber who I'm not too familiar with. I've like looked her up once or twice because of this palette. It's by Selena Spooky Boo, and it's called, I'm gonna censor that, You're the, you can figure out the rest because it's a toilet with poop. But I gotta say, this isn't a bad palette. These are the colors. The only ones I'm not a fan of is the yellow and this, it's called Diarrhea. I'm not putting diarrhea on my eyes, sorry. The rest have very funny names, so it's Ring of Fire, Butt Truffle, Corn Wen, Dingleberry, Fart Box, Diarrhea, Skid Mark, Ass Goblin, and Shits and Giggles. So I use Shits and Giggles a lot. And the rest of the shimmers are actually really nice. It's actually a kind of a pretty palette. If this wasn't a gift, I wouldn't have bought this, I'll be honest with you. Just because, like, I'm not into poop. I mean, maybe some people are. I don't know enough about her. Maybe, like, she makes potty humor. I don't know. But it's definitely imaginative. It is definitely a conversation starter. The colors are nice and they're decent quality, so I can't say nothing bad about the palette itself. I just kind of wish it was a different name and didn't have a toilet on it. But, I mean, it's definitely different, right? I mean, I'm sure that they have, like, poop emoji palettes out there. I'm sure they exist. Sorry, guys, I'm a little tired. So, we'll show you this one next. This one is also discontinued. This is the Jeffree Star Alien, and I love this palette. The colors here are fantastic, and I kind of wish that they would bring this one back. So I've been using this one quite a bit. I'm actually wearing it today. It's just got a really cool color story. I use Alien, Interstellar, UFO a lot. This purple in this palette right here, Area 51, it is fantastic. It blends beautifully. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this palette. It's got a little bit of everything. For me, this is a great, like, I use it for work. I use it for home. I just really love this palette. Whoop! It is big. I mean, takes up quite a bit of space. It's got the big eyeball, so it doesn't necessarily lay flat in the collection, but it is super cool. It was definitely unique at the time. And when I first got it, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but the more I used it, it's definitely one of my favorites, and I'm using it currently. So I like that one. So some of these I haven't used yet because they were recent gifts, but I'm going to show you them anyway. So I was recently gifted this palette, and it's by Huda Beauty. This is called Empowered, and what I thought was really cool about it, it's got Braille on the back of the packaging, which is really awesome. Because I've never noticed that on any other like palette before. I've never seen Braille before, but so this is what the palette looks like. I haven't used it yet, but the colors here are so up my alley. I love they got browns and stuff in here. There are some like jelly ones in here, which I'm not typically a fan of. There's only 2 of the jellies, but we'll give it a shot. The rest of the colors, this is a great like work one. I have never used Huda Beauty before. I have heard good things about it, so I'm very excited to give it a try. So this next one was also a gift. I'm going to say that about quite a few of these because my one friend loves to give me makeup for Christmas. I did want this palette when it came out. And it's by Colourpop, and it is At Forest Sight. I believe this is also a YouTuber. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it's a YouTuber. Raw Beauty Christie. I want to say she's a YouTuber. I know I sound stupid. I'm on YouTube and I don't know who it is, but she's either, I'm more than positive she's a YouTuber. I don't think she's a TikToker. But look at those colors. Oh, I gotta use this. But she got me this because when I initially wanted it, it had sold out, and I just never got a chance to use it. I mean, to buy it, and then it came into stock really quick, and she got it for me for Christmas. I just noticed that there's like a little star next to one of the colors. Not intended for use in the immediate eye area. Well, that's odd. So this one color here, like, not to be used in the immediate eye. I'm guessing for staining purposes. Because I think one of the palettes I have, I'm pretty sure Blood Sugar has something like that where it like could potentially stain your eyes. I have always used a primer and have never had that problem. It's not on here. It was in the white box that it came with, but it happens, I guess. But yeah, so I gotta use that one because that one's perfect for, oh, this one too. There's some really great ones. So this is by Denisha Myricks Beauty, a brand I'm not familiar with, but my friend told me that it's actually pretty popular. I probably sound stupid, like, oh, I don't know what this is, but so these are all metallic, which I love metallics. Anybody who knows me knows how much I love metallics. Look at these. Oh my god. For summer, I cannot wait. They are just fantastic. Pressed chromes, aqua chromes, velvet chromes. It's all chromes and metallics, and I am just like living for this. I'm weird. When I get something that's new, I have to like keep it new and pretty for a while before I'll touch it. I don't know why, it's just what I do. But that's why I haven't used it yet. These two, I'm not sure if I'll ever use. These were a birthday gift from Joe, and you'll see why. These are by Urban Decay, which is one of my favorite brands. These were the Prince palettes. Prince is one of my favorite artists. If you wanted me to like get into like a video like my influences, my favorite artists, actors, or something like that, let me know. I've like hinted here and there a few times, but haven't really talked about it. The packaging on these is stunning. I don't remember the name differences on these packages, but here's the purple one. It's got the artist's insignia on it, and it opens up like this. You can see there's a mirror here, so I don't want to blind you. And then you have Prince's eye, the artist formerly known. This one is very pastel-y. Very pretty. I'm not a pastel girl, but look at that. The other one is my favorite of the two, but the packaging, I just... Oh. And like I said, oh yeah, I'll use it. He knew I wasn't going to. He knew I was going to just keep it. I should really use it though. But I love Prince. He's definitely... I love him to pieces. And the packaging on this one is very similar. Let me remove the, look at that. Oh. This one's my favorite of the two. Look at those colors, the gold. Oh. I love this palette. This one out of the two is my favorite. I can't get enough of it. And then I always cover it back up. Even the packaging itself is like pure glitter. Urban Decay, I really love their eyeshadow formula. It's one of my favorites. So I do have quite a bit. You'll see when we get into the collection. There's a lot of Jeffree here too. Speaking of which, this one is Blood Money. Now, I almost used this one today, but I wasn't sure what I was wearing. But this one is definitely something I gotta get into because there are some beautiful colors here. My only gripe, and I'm gonna gripe about another palette or two when we get to it, is this is supposed to be his green palette. There's not a lot of green. Like, they're greenish, but I feel there's not enough true green in it. In my opinion, it's beautiful, yes, but there's a lot of browns and there's that white in here. Like, I feel like they were trying to do more. Like, if you're gonna make a green palette, I feel like it should be more green, like mostly green, whereas like this kind of hit the mark, but not really. Oh, we're at that moment again, guys. We'll be back for part 3, so I'll see you in a few minutes.